Good morning, September 27. Again, this is a rare video, live video tayo. So, with regard to September 27 readings of our 25th week in ordinary time, Saint Vincent de Paul, priest, as we celebrate his feast today, blessed be the Lord, my rock. In the first reading tells us that there is a specific time for everything and a time for every happening under heaven. A time for giving, a time for planting, a time for uprooting. The Messiah tells us, particularly the profession of faith of Peter as the chosen key holder in heaven. Time for stirring, a time for sewing, a time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time for peace. What profit is there for a man from all his toils? Finally, I consider the task God gave to the humans. He made everything fitting in His time, but He also set eternity in their hearts, although they are not able to embrace the work of God from the beginning to the end. In the Gospel also tells us that Jesus was praying alone. Not far from His disciples, He asked them, "What do people say about me?" And they answered, "Some say that you are John the Baptist. Others say that you are Elijah, and still others that you are one of the prophets of old rising from the dead." Again, Jesus asked them, who do you say that I am?" Peter answered, "The Messiah of God." Then Jesus spoke to them, giving them strict orders not to tell this to anyone. And he added, "The Son of Man must suffer many things. He will be rejected by the elders and chief priests and teachers of the law, not be put be put to death. Then after 3 days, he will be raised in life." So, in the time of Jesus, especially when he asked him, the disciples really, especially Peter, okay, professed that Jesus was the Messiah. But Jesus humbly told to the Peter profession, "Do not tell." What does it mean? The humility of Jesus Christ shown there, because as you believe, there is nothing with that of professing. What is important is be strong in faith, particularly because always God is watching over us. So there is always a profession. Sometimes people, very open, but they do not know there is a limitation. Even in faith, limits your people, particularly in telling what is true. So trusted is number one. Humility, okay? Be truthful, but you always have to limit yourself, okay? Limit, honesty, humility, and of course, your truthfulness to our God. There is always a congruency between limitation and honesty. Okay? Next video, I will tell you on how these days are season of creation. I saw some manners with regard to season of creation, but let us see first how this season affects our daily routine. Why did they call it season of creation this month of or this year 2024? Okay? Thank you very much for listening.